Daytona, speed weeks, and we're stuck in traffic. 12 hours before the race, 12 hours before the Bud Shootout, and they're backed up all the way down Bill France Boulevard, all the way down International Speedway Boulevard. Security is tight for some reason. I don't know what they expect people to be trying to smuggle under their cars into the infield, but they're checking with mirrors, and they're checking with this, and they're checking with that. It's pretty hectic. That's the worst part about stock car racing, the traffic. Where's Kevin Harvick? Where's some of these jammers when you really need them to get to the places you want to go? Well, one of the guys we're going to be looking at today, Juan Pablo Montoya. Some of the people here in the stands at Daytona are going to be from Colombia, not Columbia, South Carolina, Colombia, South America. Juan Pablo Montoya, fantastic rookie season. The guy is cool. The guy is cool as a cucumber. He's got everything going his way, no problem. If Ganassi can give him some more horsepower, and Donnie Wingo, his crew chief, can give him a little better handling package, that guy can win big. Championship? I don't know. He's a top 20 driver right now, and that's not bad for a guy that spent most of his time in open wheels. Juan Pablo Montoya, Mr. Cool.
You know, you always know how good the sport is, how good the racing is. You know the type of crowds you get every week. They're amazing. But I never really thought how would it drive or anything into, when I did the Jeff Gordon deal in Indy. That's the only thing I did before that. It's like, it's a race car. You know what I mean? It was fast as hell down the straights. It didn't have any brakes. It didn't turn as bad as I thought it would. People don't appreciate how hard it is. It is really hard, and it's, there's, when you miss the boat, you can, it's not like, when you're in F1 and you miss the boat, you qualify. In a winning car, you qualify maybe third or fourth, and you really suck that week, finishing fourth or something. Here, you miss the boat, you're 30th, and to get that in your mind is really hard. To understand that when things are not great, or you're either good or bad, there's not like a middle there. The lifestyle is amazing. I think it's great. The fans, embrace you. My family's been so welcome here that's one of been the most amazing things. Having playgrounds. You have your motorhome, and you have playgrounds for the kid in the racetracks. You know what I mean? Having dinner with other drivers, talking to other drivers. You don't get that in Europe.
But these cars, they're really tough to drive.
A lot of it with the tires the way they are, and the tracks and the temperature. A lot of the day you're just chasing the racetrack all day long, and even us, I've been here for a year and it still sucks sometimes. In an open wheel, when you had problems in the race and you need to do an adjustment, it always was maybe you can only really adjust front wing and a little bit of pressure, but not much. Where here you can adjust track bar, pull rough spring rubbers, and do this and do that. And how much, for example, a bad change can ruin your day, or not making a change ruin your day. You know what I mean? It's like, we tried it. When the car was good, like Texas, we decided in the first half, let's not do any changes. And we lost a bunch of track. And there's weeks where, okay, let's make a big change. And we lost a lot, so what do? Bad if you do, bad if you don't. And that's where you need to learn what's, you know what I mean? And myself as a driver is really understanding what's going to make a difference in the car. You think you're driving the wheels out of the car and you start 25th or 28th.
Yeah.
You got to understand sometimes the car isn't fast enough, and you just got to deal with it. Work with your crew chief, make it a little better, see where you missed. So what do I need to change? Am I driving the car wrong? How can I get a little bit more? And there's just times in qualifying where even if you want to be up there, the car's too tight, the car's too loose, any of those little things, you're going to miss it. You know what I mean? It's very narrow window where you can really nail it.
Juan Pablo Montoya makes it all look so easy. He's almost been the Pied Piper for this influx of open-wheel guys coming into the sport. Jacques Villeneuve, how good is he? It's been a long time since he had a really good ride, and he's under pressure to get a sponsor for Bill Davis.
As good as it comes. He won the Indy 500. He won the Formula 1 championship. And he, won a bunch of races and stuff. I think that's one of the things some people maybe don't appreciate is because afterwards he wasn't in winning cars. And if you're not in a winning car in F1, you're not going to win. It doesn't matter how good you are. So people don't really see that. And that's the reason, that's another reason, like for me to leave F1 is, I don't want to run 10 every week. Here, yeah, there's going to be a lot of racing going to run 20. But if we make it right, we have a chance of winning. And there's not a single race, probably apart from the 2-mile racetracks that I kind of gave up on that already. You go every week and you're thinking, we can do good. It's like we got the mile and a half, so okay, we can nail this. Last time we were here, we needed this. Let's try to work on that. And you work on it. Where from when a car is great, balance is perfect, and you were, a second of the pace. Can you go any faster? No, that's as fast as the car will go. As a driver myself, personally, I'm a racer. I'm not a driver, I'm a racer. I like racing. And I have that here. I didn't have that in Europe.
But if it's so easy, like Juan Pablo makes it look, why haven't more guys made the jump from Formula One, Indy cars, open wheels, to NASCAR? Because Montoya says they haven't shown the dedication. Maybe some of the new guys will. Scott Speed, he's going to run the ARCA Tour. Maybe some of these newcomers will show the same dedication to this sport and making the transition that Montoya has.
I think maybe a lot of people wanted to make the change, but I think everybody was afraid of I think what they call maybe the previous people that tried it and never really tried it. I think the difference between myself and everybody else before me is nobody really committed to it. They said, okay, let's try a couple races and see what happens. You don't do that. People won't respect you for that. If you're gonna do it, you get in and you do it 100%, and you do it right. People in F1, they think, we are F1 and there's nothing else above us or beside us or anything. And to tell you the truth, this is as a sport for a fan, it's 10 times better than Formula One. You got to watch a Formula One race. Not disrespect it. The cars are amazing. The cars are fast. They have a lot of grip. They look, the way they're built are amazing. But go to a place like Spa. You'll see the car maybe about 5 seconds if you're following somebody, and you gotta wait about a minute and a half before they come by for 5 seconds. And they'll do that about 44 times, and the race is over. So 44 times 5, that's about what you're gonna see the car you're following. It's not an easy sport, and people need to trust you. They need to believe in you. And when you come in open wheel racing, you think you can block. You don't do that here. You block, you can't. It's different. Block, you're just gonna cause a huge wreck because people are used to you put the nose in and you're there, and people will give you room. And I think that's one of the harder things is get people to trust you. You don't want to make too many enemies. Are you gonna make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, probably. Is everybody gonna like it? No, never. Yeah? But the least problems you have in the racetrack, the better your year is gonna be. I think I give people a lot of room. I believe I respect everybody here. If somebody's faster than me and they come, I'll give them room. And I hope the same thing from them, you know what I mean? And especially when you're a rookie, you gotta give them room before to take, you know what I mean? It's very hard to expect that you're gonna take without giving. I think it's very important that you give them first, and they'll see that you'll give them enough space, and they'll do the same for you.
Mike Mulhern for the Winston-Salem Journal and JournalNow.com.